these tires. They're cool. Oh, look, they perform great for me. Welcome back to the Shop Mini RC, everybody. I'm Ken, and today we're looking at some new JConcepts 1.0 crawler tires. Pretty awesome. JConcepts always has fantastic compounds for their crawler stuff. I mean, really, all their tires are fantastic, but their small-scale crawler tires always seem to be super popular at the comps that I hang out at, and just our local crawl crews and clubs and whatnot. A lot of people love the JConcepts stuff. So these are the newest JConcepts, and they're green compound. Look at that, they're official. You got that hologram there. You know it's real. And yeah, we got two different sets here. Now I'm going to preface this video in saying that I'm not the biggest fan of tire review videos. I like to do tire videos where I show the tires and talk about them and install them on a rig, maybe run them a little, but it's not really a review about the tire, because one thing about tires is it totally depends on your rig build, your rig weight, just the design of your truck in general. It depends on your the type of terrain you're crawling on. If you're crawling on soft rock or hard rock or dusty rock, sandstone, granite, all that stuff makes a huge difference on whether a tire works for you or not. And then people don't realize this, but even stuff like your location, like your humidity levels, your temperature, all that stuff. Like, we're up in Colorado, so what works well up in Colorado, regardless of the terrain, it's gonna be totally different down in Florida, just because we're super dry, we're high altitude, we are a very arid state, and the temperature, it's cold here a lot, so we're crawling in colder temperatures a lot of times. Whereas in Florida, it's hot, it's humid, it's low altitude, so all that's going to change a lot. Like altitude even can change your tires, because the compounds still have, they don't have like air in them, but like it's just going to cause the compound to just interact and interface with the terrain you're on slightly differently, just because of even altitude. So all those factors play in, which is why, tires that work for me may not work for you. Best thing you can do is just try them out, see what your local guys love, and if your local guys are saying, hey, the JConcepts compounds or JConcepts tires in general work fantastic for us here at our location, then it's probably worth giving a try to any other similar compounds. These are the green compounds. So these first ones here are called the Rock Bumps. Look at these things. That is a cool tread pattern. So it's not just like a mini pin, right? Like there's actually some bars in there and some pins, and then these center holes or pockets, or I don't know what you want to call those, but a very cool tread pattern on this thing, the Rock Bumps. So we'll look at these first. So let's dive into these guys first. And there's your part number, fits 1.0 wheels, says they are 63 millimeter outer diameter. Okay. So the first thing we'll do is we'll go ahead and measure these out for you. It's going to be kind of hard with them not mounted, because they're probably going to change once they're mounted. Once you kind of mount them, they kind of push out, but let's see what we have here for now. So they say 63, but looks like we're closer to that 62 mark. Again, at higher humidities and lower altitudes, maybe they will puff up a little bit. Maybe the rubber will kind of expand just a tiny bit, and that'll get you your 63 millimeters. Also, maybe we just need to be installed on some tires, because once I squish them down, obviously they're going to widen up a little bit. 62, 63 though. And then our width here looks like we're going to be right around 24, 25. Yeah, 24, 25. Okay. These guys are sticky. Now, a lot of people like to do this. I like to do it, but it doesn't really, just because they stay stuck together, like if you squish them and they stay stuck together, that doesn't necessarily mean that's a good thing. So you want a compound that's soft, not necessarily sticky, right? Because sticky would be like duct tape, right? You would never take duct tape, flip it over, and run it around your tire and crawl and expect it to maintain stickiness, because you get dirt, you get dust, whatever, stuff sticks to sticky tires, and that's not always a good thing. So you want soft. And so this is a really good soft compound. You don't want it so soft, though, that all of your little lugs and pins just fold over as it's trying to grip. You want it to still have rigidity and grippiness, with the actual lugs here. So you don't want the lugs, like I said, to just fold over super, super easy and just kind of bleh, right? Like you want them to actually dig in. So there's a balance in compounds. You want them to be sticky, but not really sticky, like in the traditional sense. Let's see what kind of inners these come with. These foams. Generally, JConcepts foams are pretty good. Yeah, they're not too stiff. You know, in these crawlers, especially the 1.0s, smaller diameters, if you're running 70s or some craziness, you're definitely going to want kind of a stiffer foam or a dual stage foam. I think these guys are going to be fine, though. They're soft enough. And again, it has a lot to do with the tire design. You know, one insert in, say this was designed, the same tread pattern and compound, but you had a different sidewall, right? So if I turn this guy inside out, maybe, there we go. So the thickness of your sidewall here, right? So this right here, and the shape of that, like the profile, if you're to cut this in half and look at it and see how it goes from thick to thin, or your bead and all that stuff is going to play into the sidewall stiffness of the tire itself, regardless of your insert. So some tires may require different inserts because they're already really thick on this. The material's really thick here on the sidewall, so it's kind of already got support there. Or maybe it's a lot thinner and you need to have a lot more sidewall support, so you can run discs, or you can run dual stages, or you can run like 3D printed inserts like Flub RC and stuff like that. A lot of times I really do like the flub inserts, like those style 3D printed inserts. But as far as foams are concerned, as long as your rig's not too heavy, right? If you get a heavier rig, you might need a stiffer foam. But these seem like they'll be good, so I'm not too worried there. But again, that's another thing. It's always going to depend on your rig, right? If your rig is 350 grams or 300 grams, something crazy light like that, versus somebody else's rig who's 900 grams, obviously the tires are going to perform totally different. They're going to be totally different, and the way you have to set them up and the foams and inserts and all that good stuff. Anyway, guys, just like to give a little bit of insight, give you something more than just, look at these tires, they're cool. Oh, look, they perform great for me. Because that doesn't really help you guys. All right, let's go ahead and open these up. These are the Bossmans. Same compound, supposedly same outer diameter, also 1.0s. Bossman is going to be more of a mud terrain style, I believe. There you go. Is that the part number? 4129? It is the part number. 4129. Surprised, did they not print the, oh, there it is. The size right there. It's in inches. Is the side in inches? It would be nice if they would do inches on one and millimeters on the other. Just so you have both, right? If you're looking at RC MCCA competition rules, it's going to go what's listed on their website, how they market them, what they're listed as, if they don't have it printed. And then if they've got a millimeter conversion on their website, that's what they would go by on the millimeters, because the cutoffs are 57 and 64 millimeters. So these are going to come in under 64, which means they are good for class 2 or class 2 or 3. Can't run them in class 1. They're too big for class 1, but that's okay, because class 1, like I said, is 57 millimeter, much smaller tire. Anyway, we're looking at 62, almost 63 on these guys as well, so their number's accurate. Again, it's going to change once you mount them potentially. So, and then I think we're looking at the same width, 25. Yeah, they're basically the exact same width. So just some cool new options as far as tread patterns are concerned. And these guys are going to be more of a all-terrain, mud-terrain style, maybe for trail rig. Some people do like this style of tread pattern on comp rigs, so probably worth trying on a comp rig. Definitely some good-looking tires. Again, nice sidewall here, not too aggressive. Sometimes when you have too aggressive of a sidewall, when you're crawling and you're hooking on things, you can end up kind of causing issues when your sidewall is gripping on stuff you don't want it to. It can sometimes do that. So if you notice some of the large wheel like supers and whatnot, sometimes people will completely sand down the sidewalls of their tires, just trying to make them nice and smooth. They really only want the grip and tread on the contact patch, and they want that contact patch to be as narrow as possible, so you've got control over exactly where your grip is happening. But yeah, these are looking good. I'm digging these for sure. So now we got to find a rig to throw these tires on and show them off a little bit, and yeah, give you our final thoughts, at least for the rigs we have and the terrain we run them on. Again, it's going to change even here locally, whether I run them, on my little course that we have here at the house, or I run them up at Red Rocks, or we run them over on some of the other mountain, higher up in the mountain rocks. They're all different depending on where you go. So it could change whether they're good or not. But like I said, most tires that are with a decent compound, It's all going to come down to your preference of tread, and they're going to work well. So, but again, the JConcepts always have like fantastic compound, so I'm not worried there. These are going to be great tires. Here we have it. There's the rock bumps. Looking pretty good. Again, I don't think they've changed much. I think they get a little thinner once you mount them. It depends on your wheels. I'm looking at 23 and a half, 23 and a quarter. And then still that 60, 63-ish, 63 and a half. Yeah, 63 basically. Again, it's totally going to depend on the wheels that you mount them on. Yeah, those are 62-ish. So yeah, anyway, UDRC with this guy, pretty cool. Then these cats, they're going to be probably not the same. 62 and a half. And then that width, 23 for the Bossmans. And those are on the FCX 24 K5 Blazer, 18th anniversary, brushless FCX 24 Pro, technically. So, alrighty, guys. I'm excited for these tires. Let's go.
J-Con rolling on that green grip bite. All black buggy keeping lines toe tight. Creeping over cracks with a hardcore soul. 63 mils tall, got full control. Green compound stick, never slide, just hold. Tires biting sharp, leaving dust in the cold. Hardline hustle, the crawl so mean. J-Con flex built for that rocky scene. Rock bump, no stall, no slip. Green compound, let that rubber grip. Hardline climb where the traction sings. JConcepts, they the king, they the king, they the king. Crawling up the face, throwing rocks in the air. Black buggy mean, no fear in there. Foam tight tune, every inch locked down. J-Con grinding, best tire around. Stick it to the ledge, let the chassis lean. We roll precise, keep it so clean, that lug bite. Always hold the crown, J-Con rock bumps, king of the ground. Grip so fresh, green got the game. Bump to the top, no shame in the name. Rock bump groove, let the flex release. J-Con treads, bring out the police. Rock bump, no stall, no slip. Green compound, let that rubber grip. Hardline climb where the traction sings. J-Concepts, they the king, they the king, they the king. J-Concepts, they the king, they the king, they the king. J-Concepts, they the kings. Grip so fresh, green got the game. Bump to the top, no shame in the name. Rock bump groove, let the flex release. J-Con treads, bring out the police. Rock bump, no stall, no slip. Green compound, let that rubber grip. Hardline climb where the traction sings. J-Concepts, they the king, they the king, they the king. J-Concepts, they the king, they the king, they the king. J-Concepts, they the kings.
Well, there you have it, ladies and gents. The two new tires from JConcepts. Definitely worth checking out. If you like the JConcept green compound, you've used them before, you know you like it, then these are definitely something worth checking out if you're looking for these style tires. If you have never tried the JConcepts green compound tires for the small guys, you've got to check them out. You know, they don't have to be these tires, but I would definitely check them out in any other styles with that compound. 100%. That's kind of a must try for sure. But yeah, like if you like these sizes, you like these styles, I don't think there's any reason to not pick them up. The foams feel really good. If you need more tuning, there's a lot of different options for that. But I think out of the box, the foams feel good, which is definitely nice, especially for the price of these guys, $25 per set of two. So they're a little pricey, but I think there's a reason. I think they're definitely some of the top tires out there when it comes to compounds, and they've been doing it for a long time. So they definitely have their reputation, and it's definitely a good one. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure you guys do that like, subscribe, share, hit that notification bell, all those things you do to support channels and videos you like. And huge shout out to all of our channel members. Thanks to all of these guys for supporting the channel. They get to see videos early. The highest levels get stickers sent out every month. They have special access in our Discord channel to a specific chat channel in there. If you are into Discord, check out the Discord server down below. And then, yeah, they just get priority comment replies, tons of stuff. Anyway, if you want to be a channel member, you should be able to click it right down there. Definitely helps support the channel. I wouldn't be doing this without the support of the community, so thanks to you guys. And again, if you're not a subscriber, just click the subscribe. It's just a click for you, but it means the world to me, and I really appreciate that. All right, guys, get out there and build something awesome. Build a car, build a course, build a community, and then smash it, crash it, and bash it. But don't break the expensive parts. Peace.
So fresh, green got the game. Bump to the top, no shame in Free.